cheesy qualities. The interior of it is still
It's
got a sweetness to it. The nuttiness is definitely more like subtle almond nuttiness. There's almost a tart smell to it, almost similar to sherry. At this age, the smells are going to translate to the flavor. This is why you would dry age something like to this many days. It's going to impart another flavor onto it. It's going to be radically different than 20, 30, or 40 days. Way more complex smell, therefore a more complex taste. If you don't like the smell, you're probably not going to like the way that it actually tastes. It's crazy. It's funny because there's no nice words to actually describe this because it smells like perspiration. It smells like sex. Like it smells like sex. It smells so meaty, so beefy, yet with all of the like super umami driven flavors of blue cheese, of aged ham, of leather. Like I am definitely the most excited about this 160 day. I was a little skeptical at first, I will admit it, but I think this is gonna be an amazing steak that I am super excited to cook. I'm just gonna take a moment with this beauty. We just have our 14-day sirloin. We cooked about 5 minutes aside. Not dry aged. This is just our control measure for our experiment. Nice texture to it. Doesn't really have any water loss to it yet. So it should just be a nice clean steak. That was very easy to slice. The muscle fiber itself looks really nice. The texture of our 50-day steak feels really nice. You can tell that it's radically different than our 14-day. You can tell that it's just not holding the same amount of moisture that a younger steak is. It has more structure. It's been lifting some weights. Muscle fibers in and of themselves are also a little tighter than a younger steak. So as our first jump from 50 days, we've greatly surpassed the 21-day mark of enzymatic breakdown to actually tenderize the steak. I think it's really cool to notice that the dry aging process has already drastically changed this steak. It already looks and feels better than the 14-day. 80-day from dry aging, we have two things going on. We have the water loss and the enzymatic reaction of these proteins actually breaking down, boosting flavor enhancing amino acids. It's going to make it really nice, brown and crusty on the outside, which is upping umami, which is making it even more desirable for us to actually want to eat it. And also, noticeably, there's a thicker, more defined crust on the outside from cooking, from the Maillard reaction. Looks fantastic. The fat looks perfectly rendered. It just looks like a really, really nice steak. So even with the water loss, we still have a super juicy steak. In the process of dry aging, the enzymatic reaction that you're going to have really caps out at about 21 days of actual tenderness. The moment we've been waiting 160 days for! This freaking steak. There are parts of it that I know it was a steak, but honestly feel like cured salami. The way that it feels, all of it very similar to the 50 and 80 day. I do think that the rule is true that you're not going to necessarily gain more tenderness after 21 days. There's a really nice hard crust to this, which is just a nice example of the Maillard reaction. I can eat it.